So welcome everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Ashton and I run the Lower Mainland Green Team. And I'm just really grateful to have you all coming out to join us in the rain to remove invasive plants today. We partner up with the City of White Rock to make this activity possible. So we come to Ruth Johnson Park quite often. We're coming to White Rock about 7 times this year. 6 of them being here at Ruth Johnson Park. So really happy to have you contributing to all of the work that our team has been doing here for many years. But before I begin, I do want to acknowledge this activity here today is taking place on the traditional and unceded territories of the Semiahmoo, the Tsawwassen, the Stolo, the Saminas, and other Coast Salish peoples who have been taking care of these lands since before we can even remember. And because they've been taking care of nature, nature has taken care of them back. So we all have a responsibility to take care of nature because it provides us with literally everything that we have and that we need. So we don't always we don't only have a negative impact on nature, which I think that we seem to hear about more commonly today is all the negative impacts of us on nature, but we can also have a positive impact. And we can actually help nature thrive. So what we're doing here today by removing invasive plants, we're giving nature an opportunity to thrive. We're giving it a helping hand. So we're part of a charity, Green Teams of Canada, and really our mission is to get you out connecting with one another and connecting with nature. So I hope that by being out here today, you all experience just an improvement in your own mood and your mental health. But I also hope that you feel a little bit empowered. I hope that you leave this activity here today with a bit of hope. You not only are going to be learning something new, but you're going to be having an opportunity to do something directly to support, to do something about that. So I thank you all for being here. So invasive species. Who here has ever heard of invasive species before? Raise your hand. Most of you. Can anybody tell me what an invasive species is?
Well, it's just
Prevents other
something
things from growing properly. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It just prevents other things from growing properly.
Prevents other things from growing properly?
Like natural things that are supposed to be there.
Yeah, like natural, like native plants or native species that are here. Yes, thank you, Michael. Barbara, do you want to add to that?
That's basically, yeah.
That's basically it. Great. Well, good. You
Does it all.
on the same page already. So yes, invasive species. They can be plants, they can be animals, insects. It can be really anything. And usually it's not native, not from this habitat. And what it does is it tends to take over and create an imbalance in the habitat. So in the case of small balsam, the plant we're removing today, as you can see, it's literally everywhere. It's hard to find spots where this plant isn't right now. And as a result, it makes it hard for other plants to live in tandem, to grow in tandem with that. Whereas native plants that have grown here and they've been growing here for many, many years, they're much more, they can share a lot easier. They've learned how to work together in the forest community. Whereas invasive plants, they basically come in, they're a bit selfish, they just say, I want everything. I'm gonna take. Who needs to share? I'm better than all of you. So we're trying to support this, a more biodiverse community, a community of plants and trees and such that has, and animals that has a lot of different types of species. And we like to have a lot of different species because it makes areas stronger and more resilient. You can think of it like our communities as well. We're stronger and we're more resilient when we all work together. That's the same with these plants. When there's more of them, more different types of them working together, it's going to create a healthier habitat. And especially with things like climate change, we've got a lot of uncertainty in terms of we've got lots of hot weather. We've got more large rain events. It's just all over the place. And so that's why we like to have lots of different plants, because some of those plants are going to be more able to adapt and more resilient to that than others, and they'll hopefully be able to support one another as we get through these, what's to come. But good news is that all of us here today, we can have a direct impact and we can make a difference in this forest. So we've been taking care of this forest since 2013, and in this particular area since 2021. This whole area used to be all English ivy, another invasive plant. But we've been removing that thanks to work from our team, and I know many people here who've actually helped us remove English ivy from this area. We then planted over 300 native shrubs and trees in here last fall, and then we see the small balsam come up. So, small balsam. This plant right here, extremely easy to remove, extremely satisfying to remove. After this activity, you're going to see this everywhere, and whenever you're going on walks with people, you're going to be like, did you know it's an invasive plant? Look at how easy it is to pull. I do it to all my friends. and I think they're annoyed with me from it. But I make them learn every single time we go spend time out in nature. It comes back every year, but it dies off in the winter. So, you know, you might think, well, if it's not here year round, then why is it so bad? Can anyone guess why? Some people might have already heard me talk about this, but can anyone tell us, why do you think that this plant, you know, is bad despite dying off in the fall? What do you think the impact of this plant is, the fact that it grows here in the spring and then it dies off?
Might be it's toxic for the other plants.
It could be, yeah. It could end up having, a negative impact on the other plants.
Takes out the nutrients as required for the native plants to reseed and grow the next year round.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Emma. So it takes away from the nutrients. It shades out all the other plants that are trying to grow at this time of year. Spring is a time of growth. It's a time when we can see new little seedlings from our trees. It's a time when we can see other new native plants trying to establish. But if this plant is everywhere, how the heck is it going to establish itself? So by us removing it here today, we're going to be making space for other native plants and other seedlings to grow. This plant, it's also called small flowered touch-me-not. It's not touch-me-not because it's poisonous or it causes any irritation, but because when the seeds are ready to be distributed, if you touch the plant, it flings them. It flings the seed. About up to 7 years it can fling. So it's got a real good arm on it. And you know, so they say don't touch it because then when you touch it, it just disperses. So the seeds can live in the soil for a number of years. However, we've seen some really great success stories, which I was telling some folks earlier. One forest that we worked on last Saturday in Burnaby. They've been removing this plant for about the past 7 years and have eradicated it from the forest pretty much because of the continued efforts. So we're going to really
There's no shortage for us.
Going for the break. Hi. It was nice to meeting you and work for nature over here. I just want to ask you a few questions. Like, how many years you are doing this thing?
Yeah, I've been involved with the Lower Mainland Green Team since 2018. So I actually started off as a volunteer myself, and then I served on our board of directors for a couple of years, and now I've been doing this as my full-time job for about 3.5 years. So I really enjoy it, and you know, our charity is Green Teams of Canada. I'm grateful that they've given me the opportunity to be able to do this work full-time because
Nice. It's a great initiative to like preserve our environment from invasive plants.
yeah.
And moreover, I just want to one more question. Like, how many areas did you cover till date?
Ooh, that's a tough question, but I can share that, you know, to date, our organization, we have 2 programs. We have our Lower Mainland Green Team here. We also have a Greater Victoria Green Team program. And to date, we have, we've engaged over 20,000 people. Since 2011, we've engaged over 20,000 people in over 900 activities. That includes things like invasive plant removals or planting native species, cleaning up litter, or just other any activity that gets people out together in nature that's making a positive impact. I know that we've planted over 25,000 plants, native plants, and I believe that we've removed almost 8,000 cubic meters
Oh.
of invasive plants, which
Oh.
is I think it's 2 Olympic swimming pools worth.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot.
It's a
So-
large area
but,
you have covered till date.
But
Okay.
largely, the people that we're engaging are doing this for the first time, so we really successfully focus on bringing people out who are missing from stewardship, who have never tried this before. We want to break down barriers, people getting involved, and make sure that everybody can join, not need to have tools or prior experience or any knowledge whatsoever. So of the people that we've engaged, usually, I think to date, about 65% of those 20,000, we're doing this for the first time. So
Oh.
that's really where our organization stands out compared to others, is our ability to bring out new people.
Yeah, it's a great initiative you people are doing
Thank
to
you.
preserve our nature. And what is your future goal? Like, what other projects you are planning to do to conserve our environmental? What other future goals?
Yeah. Well, as an organization, we're hoping to have green teams across the country, which is why our founder, Lita, she created our charity Green Teams of Canada, and hopes that, we'll extend beyond BC. Right now, like I said, we're here in the Lower Mainland and also on Vancouver Island in Greater Victoria. So the goal is to have green teams across Canada, but also to just continue to expand the number of activities that we're offering and where we're offering and what kinds that we're offering. So we're always looking to continue building partnerships to work with agencies that have shared goals, because we're always stronger when we work together.
Yeah.
So we look forward to always building those partnerships and doing more. So really always just like looking to take things to the next level.
Yeah.
No shortage of people to be engaged and no shortage of work to be done.
No, they will surely join your team because it's a great activity. It's a in this activity it provides us a fulfillment feeling. Like we are doing something to preserve our environment, and it's a good activity, and
so
I love to do it.
I'm so
And-
happy that you came. Yeah, we'd love to have you join us
Yeah.
again. You're welcome anytime.
Again, in future, I will sure spare my time to do
Yeah.
this kind of activity. Yeah, definitely, I love this.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much to giving a few minutes from your precious time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Perfect. And I'll airdrop that to you right